Welcome! Today we're doing a deep dive into a really interesting kit, the RG Destiny Impulse Gundam. It's one of those unique mobile suit variations from Seed Destiny.
Right.
And our mission really is to figure out why this specific model is such a hot collector's item, especially when you consider its in-universe flaws. It's kind of a paradox.
It really is. And that's the cool thing about MSV designs, isn't it? They're canon. They fit right into the tech development timeline. Even if you never saw them on screen, they really influence what came later.
Like finding a hidden blueprint. Okay, so this specific kit, the RG Destiny Impulse, give us the basics.
All right, so it's a real grade. That means it's scaled at 144th. And importantly, it's a Premium Bandai webshop exclusive.
Ah, P-Bandai. That explains some of the hype. What about the price and release?
Yeah, so in Japan, the price was 5,060 JPY. That includes tax. For the U.S. market, that was US $61. Originally dropped in Japan, April 2023.
Okay.
And there's a U.S. reissue scheduled for September 2025. It's proven really popular, actually topped an RG Gunpla vote in 2024.
Wow. Okay, so popularity is high. Now, the kit itself, I heard it starts with a pretty solid base.
It does. It uses the RG Impulse Gundam chassis, which is thankfully quite robust. It avoids a lot of those early RG issues with the pre-assembled inner frames that could sometimes be a bit fiddly.
So a good starting point for the build.
Definitely. But here's where it gets really interesting. They added a ton of newly molded parts. You've got the massive Destiny silhouette backpack, those two big telescopic barrel beam cannons, the wings, and even new forearm sections for the flash edge boomerangs.
So it looks quite different from the standard Impulse or even the Destiny.
Oh yeah. Visually, it's much more angular, looks more, I guess, mechanical, and just bulkier, more voluminous than the standard RG Destiny Gundam.
Right. And that brings us to that paradox you mentioned. All these cool new parts, this ambitious design.
Yeah.
It actually pushed that solid chassis right to its limits, didn't it?
Exactly. That's the core of the issue, both for the kit and the fictional mobile suit itself. The weight and complexity were just a lot.
Where do you see those limits on the model kit specifically? Any weak spots modelers should know about?
Well, yeah. You'll find the connection point between the backpack and the main body can be a bit stressed. Also, the arm joints, they can sometimes sag a bit if you pose it, holding the big Excalibur anti-ship swords.
Okay, the swords are heavy.
They are. And even the hip mechanism, it's functional, but it can sometimes slip under all that weight, so they overloaded the base frame.
So let's talk about the in-universe story. What was ZAFT trying to achieve here? It sounds incredibly ambitious.
It was. ZAFT's big idea was, hey, let's take the sword, force, and blast packs all their functions and cram them into one single backpack, the Destiny silhouette. The goal was to eliminate swapping equipment entirely.
A true all-in-one solution. Sounds amazing on paper.
Totally. But okay, let's unpack why it ultimately didn't work out in the story.
Right. What were the big problems?
Two main things, really. First, energy. It just sucked down power like crazy. The Impulse's standard battery couldn't keep up.
Ugh. Unsustainable power drain. Makes sense. And the second?
The frame itself. We talked about the weight. The Impulse Gundam structure just couldn't handle the physical stress from that huge weapon-loaded backpack. Too much weight, too much strain.
So a failed concept in the end, but failure often leads to innovation, right?
Exactly, and that's its legacy. These specific problems, the energy drain, the frame stress, they directly forced engineers back to the drawing board that led them to design the actual ZGMF X-42S Destiny Gundam completely from scratch.
Ah, so this failure paved the way for the real Destiny Gundam.
Precisely. The proper Destiny Gundam got things like the hyper-deuterium energy reactor for power and a much stronger, purpose-built frame. You even had test pilots like Mara Strode on Unit 1 and Courtney Hieronymus on Unit 3 ironing out the kinks on these prototypes.
Fascinating connection. Okay, back to the model kit. What else comes in the box for the modeler?
You get a fair bit. Besides the main suit, there's the Destiny silhouette pack, the beam cannons we mentioned, two Excalibur swords. These are actually reused from the RG Sword Impulse kit, which is nice.
Saves on new molds, I guess.
Yeah. You also get a beam rifle, the flash edge beam boomerangs, and crucially, a sheet of water slide decals.
Water slides are always good for a pro finish. Any tips for builders?
Well, about those decals, a lot of builders actually prefer using aftermarket water slides. The included ones are okay, but sometimes you get that silvering effect, where the edges look a bit frosty, especially on the dark purple and white parts. Aftermarket ones often lay down flatter.
Good tip. Any cool customization potential?
Yeah, definitely. If you happen to have the Wings of Light effect parts from the RG Destiny Gundam release, those are compatible here. And like other RG Impulse kits, you can swap the backpacks around Force, Sword, Blast if you have those other kits. Add some play value.
Okay, so wrapping things up, this RG Destiny Impulse Gundam, it really feels like it captures something special. It's this blend of like huge ambition in design, but also the reality of engineering limits and learning curves.
Absolutely. It's a fantastic looking kit, super detailed, very appealing. Even if, let's be honest, a chunk of the price is really for that new backpack added onto an existing, albeit good, frame.
So it makes you think, doesn't it? What is it about these kinds of failed prototypes, designs that didn't quite make it, whether in fiction or even real-world tech? Why do they grab our attention so much as collectors, as pieces of art almost?
It's like holding a piece of that innovation journey, the trial and error. It definitely makes you wonder, what other historical failures, ambitious attempts that fell short do you find really compelling?
Something to think about.
Ah.
Well, if you enjoyed this deep dive and want more on fascinating topics like this one, definitely think about subscribing to the channel.
Yeah, we'd appreciate it.
And just a quick note, this audio you're hearing, it's generated using AI, specifically Gemini. If you happen to catch any factual errors or anything that sounds off in the information, please do let us know down in the comments. We'll do our best to look into it and correct things depending on our workload.